Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am called Patience Mutoni and I am a hospitality consultant and trainer and very passionate about hospitality, about creating great customer satisfaction and about great customer service in different hotel and restaurant brands. Today our topic is about qualities of a great leader. Qualities of a great leader. A leader determines the direction of your hotel. A leader determines whether you get the next customer or you lose that customer who has come. A leader determines the culture of your organization. A leader determines the values and the vision of the organization. A leader of your result, of your hotel, of your marketing team, of your restaurant determines whether you get your next client or not. It's not about marketing, it's about management. Marketing is important, but management is also important. So I am going to tell you some of the qualities that you must look out for when hiring a manager or hiring a leader for your business, for your hotel, for your restaurant. Number one, your leader must have purpose, must have vision, must have values. Your leader. Do not hire someone who is going nowhere. Because guess what? If you're going nowhere as a leader, you're going to lead your team nowhere. So a leader must have a purpose. Why are they really working? Why are they in that restaurant and they want that job? Why are they going to come and lead your team? Where do they see themselves in the next 5 years? Your leader could be your manager, could be the CEO, could be the chief operation officer. It could be the manager that you're giving responsibility. Even that person leading 2 people is your leader. So you must check, do they have a purpose? Do they have vision? Do they have direction? If they're going nowhere, really, they're going to always create bad customer service. They're always going to create a bad culture, which will later on affect your clients, which later on affects your sales as a hotel owner. Number 2, a leader must be accountable and must be open. Must be accountable to you as the director, must also be accountable to the juniors that he is leading, to the employees that are below him. Why? Accountability is very important. If you have no accountability, even in your own personal life, if you have no accountability, you don't answer to nobody, you're out to drift away and go to the wrong places at the wrong time, or you might keep going, but you're drifting off. So it's very important that the leader is accountable. The leader sends reports daily. The leader shares openly what's going on. Number 3, the leader must have high levels of integrity and must be honest. There are many leaders who are the ones who are spoiling the brand. But if you're honest with yourself, you say, you know what, director, today we got this client, we got this issue. What did I do wrong? How could I have done it better? And instead of solving the problem, the client was getting more angry, maybe because of what I said. How can I become a better leader? A leader must be accountable to the director, to the CEO, if let's say I'm a head of department, I should be accountable to my manager and I should be able to report in time. If they say the reports should be in by 10 a.m. every morning, I should have sent my report, or before the close of the shift, I should have sent my report before, and I don't have to be coerced and I don't have to be doing it only when they force me, but I must send my report with immediate effect before I leave the shifts. A leader must hold themselves to high standards. That's number 4. The leader must hold themselves to high standards. Standards, because if they do not hold themselves to high standards, there are many compromises that will happen. Those are the managers you'll find sleeping with their subordinates. You can find a manager of a restaurant, a manager of a hotel, a general manager sleeping with the employees. That, guess what? You're already holding yourself solo. You have stooped solo as a leader, that next time you're going to be telling that same lady who you have compromised with to do a certain thing, and they will not, because you have already compromised. You have not held your standards high. So you have to check that leader's track record from their previous employers. How were they performing? What standards were they setting? Is it high standard or low standard? We know they are not perfect people, but there are certain things that you do and you just drop the whole ball, because that same waitress will go and tell other people, and everyone will know that how you slept with the waitress, and yet you're the manager. How is that leadership going to be? Definitely, it will be hard to lead that team, because the team will start to become entitled and they'll be defiant that they will not listen to your rules or to your leadership. Quality number 5 of a good leader. The good leader should have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is to know when to say what to say, how to say what to say, and to also carry themselves with a light heart. It means that by the time you're emotionally intelligent, you have a great level of self-awareness. And guess what? Self-awareness is going back to study what is really, really, really wrong with your type of leadership. What is really, really wrong with what's going on. Self-awareness is getting to know yourself. You self-evaluate what is your contribution as a leader to your brand. Self-awareness is someone who has gone there and they know their weaknesses, they know their strength, and they know what they're doing to kill those weaknesses. Most of the good managers I know always have a book around, have read hospitality books, they have done hospitality courses, they have empowered themselves, they are humble, they are not leading from their ego, they love their employees, they care about their employees, they listen. Of course, I'm not saying they only love, but they have a balance between loving on the employees and leading the employees, because you cannot just lead without giving people empathy and understanding where they are in life. So the leader should have self-awareness, and self-awareness only leads to emotional intelligence being high. There are many leaders who have basked away their emotions, that they don't even want to listen to any excuse or any reason. Of course, there are places where mediocrity is not allowed, but there has to be a balance. It could be that genuinely the employee maybe fell off a border when they were coming to work, or they got an accident when they were coming to work and they had to go back home and change. You as a leader, you have to understand, and then don't say you came late, because the person has explained and has communicated before coming. If they go back home without any communication, you're expecting them at 7 a.m. on the shift, and they don't show up, and then they just show up at 11 telling you their story, then you have a right to say, you know what, this is the system. But if they have explained and told, you know what, I fell on a border, I've gone back home to change and prepare myself, but I'm coming in, you must extend empathy, and you must be emotionally intelligent to discern whether the client is a difficult customer or the employee is the one who has done the wrong thing. I'm not saying you discern and tell the client, but you discern and know how to handle the issues, because there are very, very many issues that go in there. Running a hotel is not as easy as the owners think. Running a hotel is not as easy as the managers think. Running a hotel is very, very deep, even that any slight mistake affects the customer. So you must be aware. Then another quality of a good leader, of a great leader, that great leader asks for help, and they don't know everything. They're always there to develop other leaders, because they do not have any insecurity. They are not worried that when I empower 5 people, I'll lose my job. No, they are very secure in themselves, and they are intentional about developing other leaders. A leader who does everything is not a leader who is very visionary. It means that the leader wants to be the only person who knows everything, and it's never possible. So a leader must keep asking for help, keep asking questions, keep going for seminars, keep going to Zoom meetings with gurus in the industry, keep paying for himself to learn, because who is going to teach you to become a general manager if right now you're a waitress? It's by learning. It's by learning, it's by growing, it's by choosing to grow in your industry. It's saying, this is the position I have, but I'm going to be asking. I'm going to ask questions whenever I go for conferences. I'm going to ask questions whenever I find managers. If I'm maybe a cleaner, I'm going to ask questions so that I can learn. I'm going to ask. So you must know that your leader should be able to ask for help. A great leader accepts and receives feedback, good, bad, or ugly feedback. The leader should be able to receive the feedback, analyze it, and see what to work on it. It doesn't make sense for you to take feedback and do nothing about it, because that same client is going to come back tomorrow, and then we'll find the same issue, the same broken sink, the same cold water, no internet, because you did nothing about it. So you must be able to accept feedback, get it, and work on it. Another quality of a great leader has great listening skills. The great leader always listens, and just does not always talk. Because if you throw a meeting right now in your organization and you go and give them enough time, your employees will tell you everything that's going on in the organization that is not right. And from there, as a leader, you accept that true, you're here. But now you're like, okay, how do we pivot and go to the next better level? But that takes a leader who is a great listener. You must be able to hold weekly meetings, weekly candid meetings, where you're not blaming any of the employees, but you're allowing them to share with you everything that is going on with them. Check in with them. Check in with each and every employee. Endeavor that the employees can write everything that they are going through. Because guess what? People are going through life like you're going through life. So you might be there quarreling with her, but she has her own challenge. Or abusing that boy or the cleaner, but he has his challenges. First, understand what's going on with the employees. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, but at least the weekly meeting will create a positive culture, because people like to be heard. Listen to them. Listen to their heart as they are speaking. Whenever someone is speaking, listen to their heart. You will extend grace to them, and you'll be able to work on the things. The last and most important is empathy. Have empathy. Have empathy for your employees. Have empathy. Even for that cleaner, have empathy. Have empathy for all your employees from top to bottom. Actually, the most people who are doing the hardest work are the people who are cleaning your place, cleaning your restaurant, cleaning your resort. Guess what? They are the people you always pass and never talk to, and you go and talk to your manager. The people who have the information to turn around your resort, you don't talk to them. Sit down once a week, have a meeting, whether it's Zoom, if the resort is maybe in a national park, but have a meeting, a candid meeting where people can share their truth. And from that truth, you're going to pivot and see, how can I resolve the issue one by one? Have empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in that employee's shoes. Put yourself in the employee of the waitress you haven't paid for 2 months now. Would you really work well? And yet that employee has bills and bills and bills piling up, and for you, you're enjoying your SC, driving in your nice car, but because you're a director, you lack empathy to understand the effect of what you're creating. Remember that whatever you mismanage, you lose. So you might still have the restaurant, it is yours, that is good, but you might be losing the good employees. So even as I talk about a great leader, you could be a cleaner. Those are skills to take on. You could be a waitress. Those are skills to take on. You could be a cook. Those are skills. You could be day one in this industry. Those are skills to take on. You know why? Because the better you become, the greater you become. The better you become, the greater things you attract in your life. Thank you so much for listening, for coming on to this video to watch it, and for subscribing to my channel. Bye-bye. See you.